Hey guys, it's Sam from Innovator3311, and today we're going to be going through the awards. Before we get started, I would like to point out that the awards are listed in order of advancement with an exception at the end. And when I do go through each award, I'll first go through the main idea from the official award descriptions, and then I'll break it down for you. I am using the descriptions from last year because I don't think they've been updated yet, so when they are updated for this season, just know that these might change a little bit. But with that out of the way, let's get started. All right, so the first award is the Think Award. So that's removing engineering obstacles through creative thinking. For the Think Award, you want to mention any sort of calculations, notes, diagrams, math that you have included in your notebook. And you also want to make sure the judges know that you understand the design process. Maybe if you mention how you think through certain things, how you prototype, maybe. And another big part of the Think Award is having a good engineering section in a good notebook. Because if you aren't able to document any of this, but you say, yes, we have this math, here it is right here, but you aren't able to really back it up, it's not going to look super great. That is something to just keep in mind for all of the awards. You want to make sure you're backing up what you're saying with things and evidence in your notebook. All right, so the next one is the Connect Award. So that's connecting the dots between community first and the diversity of the engineering world. All right, so obviously Connect is the team that most connects with the STEM community. So in the notebook side of this, you want to have a good business/strategy section that outlines your future plans or goals and the steps you want to take to reach those goals. And some things that you would have in the notebook area is maybe some fundraising you've done, any outreach, community service. So the judges are looking for examples that you are reaching out to businesses and people in the community, professionals involved in STEM fields, really just anyone that maybe didn't know about FIRST before, but you were able to connect with them and introduce it to them. When you do talk about this in your interview or really any award, it's totally fine if you kind of drop whatever word it is that goes along with the award, like, oh, we connected with this professional, just so that the judges know what you're talking about and what awards you're going for. So the next award is the Innovator Wars. That's bringing great ideas from concept to reality. All right, so judges are really going to be looking for any out-of-the-box design. Yeah, so really anything that is really unique to your robot. Maybe you have a special way to pick up like particles or blocks or whatever the thing is for that season. If you have a really unique way of doing that, maybe your robot moves a bit differently than anyone else, or like maybe has this really cool arm that does something during endgame, anything that's unique to your robot. But with these components, you want to make sure they're working reliably. That doesn't necessarily mean 100%, but it needs to work most of the time to, I guess, make it worth it to point it out. And again, you want to make sure you're backing this up in the notebook. Maybe how you thought about it, the steps you took to actually create whatever component it was. But you want to make sure you have something in the notebook. The notebook and backing stuff up in there is really important because you want judges to be able to argue for you when they go into the deliberation room. And if they don't have any evidence, they're not going to be able to do that. But yeah, any real wow factor components would be something to mention here. All right, so the next award is the Control Award. So that's Mastering Robot Intelligence. So for Control, you have to fill out a one page, maybe where you mention all of your sensors and special functions you use, and then you also have to maybe mark certain pages in your notebook. And while it does seem that you are able to put a lot on there, you have a very limited space to do it because you're only allowed to submit one page. So because it's so limiting, you want to make sure that maybe you just mention a few pages that really go into more depth about whatever functions you want to talk about here. But yeah, any special functions or sensors that you use to make your robot more consistent or precise, you want to talk about for Control. So the next award is the Motivate Award. So that's sparking others to embrace the culture first. And in the bottom corner, you can see this isn't necessarily required to win the Motivate Award, but it does have to do with your interview. So you want to make sure that all of your members of your team are talking during the presentation, even if it's just a small part. You want to make sure everyone's engaged and that everyone has a chance to answer questions in the room. All right, so this really focuses on team building and outreach. So you want to show the judges that you're an ambassador for FIRST program. So that would mean anything from just general community outreach to reaching out and helping other teams or coaches and helping really anyone. So maybe you went to a strategy session with other teams and you guys like prototype something together. That would be a good thing to mention for Motivate. And another thing that you might want to talk about is how you come up with roles on your team, or like how you found out what you wanted to do, or maybe like just the team dynamic, I guess. So just how your team operates and any outreach with teams that you do. So the next award is design. So that's industrial design at its best. This is honestly just a robot as a whole. It's different from Innovate. Innovate focuses on more like just one component. Design kind of is about your whole robot. So again, you want to back up whatever you're saying for this one in your notebooks. That'd be any drawings or designs. But for design, the judges are going to be looking for a robot that finds a good balance between function and aesthetics. So a cool looking robot that is also able to score well on the field. And our last one, which actually would advance first, I just put at the end, but it's the Inspire Award. So if you are familiar with First LEGO League, or I think First LEGO League Challenges now, this is essentially the FTC version of the Champions Award. So the Inspire Award is given to the team that best embodies the challenge of the FTC program. So to win the Inspire Award, you have to essentially just be like a well-performing, almost model FTC team. So they don't actually judge for the Inspire Award. When the judges do deliberate, they figure this out based on teams that are showing up to score well in multiple award categories. So essentially for Inspire, it means that you were highly ranked or even would have won multiple awards. So to win Inspire, essentially you just need to be a well-rounded team that's able to talk about your accomplishments. But yeah, so that's it for the video. Thanks for watching.